A lot of people say I'm doing this out of revenge, because we've got beef. I won't deny it. Me and Diddy have had issues. We've been going at it since 2006. He blocked Mace from signing with me. I dissed him in a track. He launched the vodka line. I launched mine. It's been a back and forth for years. You know why he's so desperate to shut this film down? Because he knows we found things. Footage, phone calls, conversations he recorded himself, contracts, NDAs, real receipts. But Diddy ain't the only problem. He's just a symbol. This industry is full of people like him smiling in the spotlight while pulling strings and hurting people behind the scenes. I don't make things up.
He used to file bankruptcy.
He refused to file bankruptcy?
Well, yeah, because just his ego. I would have filed bankruptcy immediately. I don't mind bankruptcy.
Oh,
I'm not going to pay. I'm filing Chapter 11 so fast, your head's going to spin. I'll be back. You go, what happened? No, I'm just not going to pay.
There's a huge difference in energy internationally at 50 Cent and Jay-Z. In fact, his largest selling record sold 430-something thousand copies. My largest selling records sold 5 million. And let them be fooled in America and think there's a competition there. Because America can be purchased. You can buy it with marketing dollars. You see what I'm saying? But the rest of the world, there's not enough marketing dollars to go around.
That's why I made a statement about Taylor Swift.
I wish you would come take one of my awards so I could black his eye in front of everybody.
And Jay disagreed.
I want everyone to be clear. No one's scared of 50 Cent.
Does that bother you? Does it bother you?
No, it doesn't bother me. It's just his choice.
Why would you have to make that clear when no one's ever asked me if I'm afraid of Jay-Z?
The public is responding to his punk presentation. It's not 50 Cent. I don't have a problem with him. Kanye would not take a trophy from me. Neither Jay-Z.
Right.
Neither one of them.
Well, what would you...
50 Cent has just released season 2 of his explosive documentary series, unveiling never-before-seen footage tied to Sean Diddy Combs, and the industry is already reeling. According to claims presented in the series, Jay-Z now appears to be a central figure in the unfolding fallout. The documentary alleges that while Jay-Z was present at Diddy's events and named in multiple civil filings, he never faced courtroom scrutiny, as others absorbed the consequences. With this new footage emerging, viewers are left asking whether Jay-Z quietly distanced himself while Diddy took the public hit, or if these allegations will finally be tested under real legal scrutiny. 50 Cent has just released season 2 of his explosive documentary series, unveiling never-before-seen footage tied to Sean Diddy Combs, and the industry is already reeling. According to claims presented in the series, Jay-Z now appears to be a central figure in the unfolding fallout. The documentary alleges that while Jay-Z was present at Diddy's events and named in multiple civil filings, he never faced courtroom scrutiny, as others absorbed the consequences. With this new footage emerging, viewers are left asking whether Jay-Z quietly distanced himself while Diddy took the public hit, or if these allegations will finally be tested under real legal scrutiny.
Concept with the Super Bowl. See, they don't understand the relationship. They was trying to get him to do the Super Bowl without me.
Wasn't happening.
And that's not it. It wouldn't happen.
No way.
You see what I'm saying? Because he would look and go, "It's okay for them, the award shows, not to give me the trophies." If you look at even Jay-Z's career, you can look at that and say the association to Beyonce is when he started to receive the 16, 17 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce. Right? And you go prior to that, 1.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that came in association, like you see the kids even have Grammys. Like they don't sing yet. They don't sing. Right. They don't rap yet. And they already have Grammys. So it's like they would give them this trophy so we secure that they're coming to the award show. It meant that much.
50 Cent has been at odds with Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs since the late 1990s. The tension became public when 50 called out Jay-Z on How to Rob, accusing him of projecting an image backed more by influence than substance. Over the years, 50 has claimed that instead of competing on music alone, Jay-Z used industry power to undermine rivals, allegedly coordinating releases to stall momentum and control the charts. In 50's telling, both Jay-Z and Diddy built their empires not just through talent, but through strategic alliances that turned competition into collateral damage.
I remember one time walking in the studio, Bleak Beans, everybody was in there, and I was like, man, I'm telling you, man, y'all got a chance right now. Just flood it, put out a lot of music because 50 Cent is coming. And, you know, 4 months later, in the club hit and it was over. And it was just like, okay, now everybody got to sit on the sidelines and wait this tidal wave.
50 Cent says he saw through Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs early on, watching what he describes as coordinated efforts to sideline Nas and anyone who threatened their hold on the industry. Publicly, they spoke about uplifting black artists. Privately, insiders allege rivals were blocked and momentum controlled. 50 never bought the narrative. He points to power plays, pressure tactics, and a system where loyalty determined survival, suggesting the game wasn't just competitive, but carefully managed behind the scenes.
You couldn't be bigger than Jay-Z. You couldn't sell more records than Jay-Z. But all you had to do was listen to Benny Siegel, and Benny Siegel was, oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, he said that. That was the first of me actually hearing that. Like, oh shit. Like, I used to have questions like why every time my album dropped, Jay would drop right on top of me. He wouldn't let me breathe or right before me. Like, I was always close, and I always thought like, damn, if a kid, back then it was physical copies. So if you had $20, $20 that you saved up and you was going to buy an album and it's under the same house, Rockefeller, between Jay and Beanie Siegel, you won't, 9 times out of 10, you won't buy the Jay-Z album. I never understood that every single album that I dropped, Jay dropped right on top. And it was like, damn, like to have in-house competition at that magnitude was crazy. Jay already the boss, but I always thought that, like, let me breathe. But to maliciously plot to hold me back, I don't know, man. I don't believe that. I don't want to believe that. I mean, but like I said, Dame would know better than me.
Critics say Jay-Z has opposed rivals from the very beginning, focusing less on opening doors and more on controlling who gets through them. One long-circulated industry claim alleges he attempted to block 50 Cent from performing at the Super Bowl. The plan reportedly unraveled when Eminem drew a firm line with NFL executives, making it clear he wouldn't take the stage unless 50 was included, forcing the performance to move forward despite the resistance.
The big homie Jay-Z, right? I said to my nephew, I said, yo, listen, I have to ask him this straight up. So I said, yo, why? Who is the people that's on NFL? And he said to me, and I'm sorry for anybody who don't understand. And he said, the white guy called for 50 Cent. So I said, who's the white guy? I'm digging this Jimmy Iovine. And he said, no, Eminem called directly for 50. And he said,
that's his guy.
He said, I can't do it if I can't bring 50 up.
But that's his guy.
That's beautiful.
And guess who's Dre's guy?
Your guy.
Me.
Let's make the
I mean, Jay-Z's on a whole nother level. Like, I mean, you know, he's like, but you know what I like about 50? 50's on a whole nother level, but he's still approachable. You still get to meet the people and you know, Jay got to remember the people that made him. You know, I'm not saying I don't got respect. I respect Jay-Z, 50, used to respect, you know, Diddy, but all that crazy going on. But, you know, I always respected him because I looked at, for New York, those were like the guys. You know what I'm saying? The guys with the most money and the most influence. So with Jay is like, when the last time you haven't seen Jay, so I think people are just going to say that. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I mean, Jay, you know, you got to remember, he didn't want 50 at the Super Bowl. That was crazy. I'm like,
wait, Jay didn't want 50 at the Super Bowl?
Know that? Yeah, he didn't want.
I remember Eminem pushed for it.
That was some haters. Yeah,
I remember Eminem was like, I'm not going to do it unless 50 does it. I heard that.
Yeah,
but I didn't know that Jay was trying to stop it.
I don't think Jay. I don't know. 50 never told me that, but I don't think Jay wanted him there. I don't know.
Because of what? Some of the.
I mean, it's competition. You got to think. 50 always been competition for Jay. Remember, I'm about $1. What the 50 Cent?
That was a long time ago.
That was what 9. What was that? 9.
But after that, they did a song together. Remember the whole?
Of course, but 50 was always competition for niggas. Then remember Jay said, "Yo, 50's coming." He told Siegel and them, and Memphis Bleak and all them.
Yeah.
And come on, 50's like he's on a whole nother level. You got to remember he came after this. He came after Jay and Rockefeller. G Unit came, and people might get on G Unit, but with Eminem, Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, nobody has outsold us, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody has had the effect that we had.
Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs have been linked as industry power players since the 1990s. Yet as Diddy's legal troubles escalated, Jay-Z reportedly kept his distance, fueling speculation about how deep their alliance truly ran. Adding to the mystery, CNN acknowledged holding footage involving Diddy and Cassie Ventura for years before releasing it. Who decided it stayed quiet, and why did it surface now? To many observers, the timing feels deliberate, raising questions that go far beyond coincidence.
Who was kind of like, we're done with this guy. You're not back. You're threatened to say this. Release the footage, right? So they released the footage. He comes out, issues an apology. While his lawyers accused the government of leaking the tape, it was later admitted as evidence in his trial. Again, January deal. March is raiding his house, Miami and LA. May, here's a video being dropped from CNN. Even though they've been sitting on it for 8 years. September 2024, book is released, Kim's Lost Words, which, by the way, there's a lot of speculation with this thing here. So whatever I'm reading is not necessarily 100%. It is there. It is not there. The alias they use on who wrote the book is Shanti Millwood, which is an alias for Tupac, which is kind of weird. Why would you use that? This book appeared on Amazon, allegedly written by Kim Porter, accused Diddy of misconduct with minors. Porter's children denounced it as fake. Investigators revealed the real author was Chris Todd, who claimed he compiled the book from a mysterious flash drive.
Industry insiders claim Sean Diddy Combs became the target of a deliberate takedown. One moment he was being celebrated, honored, and publicly embraced by the city, then suddenly stripped of status, facing staggering financial losses and appearing in handcuffs. To observers, the speed and severity of the collapse feel anything but random. The shift was abrupt, ruthless, and, in their view, carried the hallmarks of a calculated fall rather than a spontaneous one.
Surprised at what things are coming out with Diddy at all, or you're like, you have no idea, it's none of my business, you'll live longer. So kind of like the mindset.
Surprised. How could you be surprised with anything that happens in hip hop? You know, hip hop is the Wild West. So you're gonna have the good, you're gonna have the bad, you're gonna have the ugly.
You think he's being targeted, or some of the stuff he's got, there's credibility on what they're coming after him with the tapes and the feds and raiding his Miami home, his LA home?
I believe he's being targeted.
You believe he's being targeted?
Yeah. I believe, somebody, has the power to pull the trigger to make, this stuff, this domino effect happen.
50 Cent has long claimed he knew Jay-Z was quietly pulling strings behind the scenes, and he never hesitated to say it out loud. From the start, 50 says he recognized the hidden alliances, strategic silences, and calculated power moves shaping the fallout around Diddy. He rejected what he viewed as Jay-Z's carefully managed public image, calling out what he believed were backstage maneuvers meant to control outcomes. In 50's telling, no move went unnoticed, and he made sure the world knew who he thought was really influencing events from the shadows.
Come with Jay, the part with Jay. I go, oh shoot, like
that's right. To us, black excellence.
That had to be there.
We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand, and ain't nothing else.
Black excellence, they're sitting there like, yeah. It's a billionaire brunch. Like,
I hate you, man.
Unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm going to be with you this year. Yeah.
Come on, bro.
To critics watching closely, Jay-Z operates less like a traditional artist and more like a strategist, treating the industry as a long game of influence and leverage. 50 Cent has even suggested that Jay-Z's marriage to Beyoncé functioned as a powerful alliance, noting that Jay-Z earned 16 additional Grammy Awards after their union, compared to just one before. To skeptics, every partnership, accolade, and connection reflects a meticulously built empire, one designed for control, longevity, and dominance across generations.
The big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. No, those the trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
You're gonna let him say that. Jay was getting Grammys.
He had one.
Exactly.
He had one.
He didn't show up.
He had like 20 now.
Oh, Lord.
He had like 18 since he been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
You're not wrong.
He was one. At the same time. He got some shit. He started drinking. His pictures were he thinks the cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades. Because he's no longer viewed as like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
Oh, wow.
Why are you so on top of the business side of Jay-Z? You know what I'm saying? Some people like to just be an artist.
Yeah, I was actually forced to be an artist and a businessman because when I tried to get a deal, I couldn't get a deal, so I had to create Rockefeller Records. We actually created Rockefeller Records from nothing. And, so I was forced to know both sides of the business.
To many observers, it's startling that Jay-Z has never served jail time despite decades of controversy surrounding his name. Critics argue that while Sean Diddy Combs now faces intense legal exposure, Jay-Z avoided similar fallout by never incriminating himself publicly. His history didn't begin with Diddy. In December 1999, Jay-Z was arrested following a high-profile altercation at New York's Kit Kat Club, where he was accused of stabbing music executive Lance Rivera. Though the case ultimately ended without prison time, it cemented a reputation long marked by power, influence, and unresolved controversy.
Top rap star is busted.
Jay-Z turned himself in tonight, and the cops started working on his rap sheet, accusing him of a stabbing at a trendy party.
Kimberly Richardson is at Midtown South right now. Kimberly.
Well, Rosanna, just a few hours ago, police here at Midtown South arrested Sean Carter, better known as Jay-Z. The rap star voluntarily turned himself in here at the precinct earlier this evening. Now, Carter is being held here in connection with that stabbing fight that erupted at the Kit Kat Club last night. But just a few moments ago, Carter's attorney had this to say.
He's not involved in this, period.
He was at the club?
That's my only comment. He wasn't involved.
So it was someone else that did the stabbing and the hitting?
I didn't say that. I said he was not involved in it.
Now, Slovis goes on to say that at no time was Jay-Z hiding from the police, that they were in touch with cops all day and that they're trying to resolve this as gentlemen. But as Mike Sheehan shows us, others say they've seen the dark side of Jay-Z.
I have my faults. I'm not a perfect.
Years ago, Sean Diddy Combs faced his own high-profile controversy, including a case in which he was accused of involvement in a nightclub shooting. Yet, like Jay-Z, he was never convicted. Fast forward decades, and the roles appear reversed. Diddy now sits behind bars while Jay-Z maintains that he had no knowledge of any alleged wrongdoing. For many observers, that raises a difficult question. How could two of hip-hop's most powerful figures remain closely connected for over 30 years, yet one claims total ignorance of what was happening behind the scenes? 50 Cent has often said it didn't take long for him to size Diddy up, describing him as calculating, hyper-aware, and always playing the long game.
Oh, that's why. It's only business. It was really... Away from that, I explained why I didn't hang out with him. Right? Because it's a little fluffy stuff going on.
It's not your scene.
It's not my style.
Not your scene.
They hug you from the front and the back at the same time. I got uncomfortable with him because the way he was acting to try and get me to hang out with him was like, yo, I'll take you shopping. Like, and I'm like, what you mean? Like, that's something you say to a woman you're attracted to, maybe.
Right.
It's just weird, bro.
Like, and now you start to see a lot of the weird stuff that was there. It looks like it all lines up, don't it? It was not in the closet. It was in front of you, and you wasn't seeing it because you see the beards, or you see the girls. So you didn't look at them the way it actually is to a degree. And when I say people respond, how people respond to things matter. Like the internet will take to it and just go off with it. Meek responds being the uncomfortability. He goes, "Yo, nah, I spent $100,000 to find out why my name is in this like this," and it's in it only because he's uncomfortable.
One person who was always anti-Diddy and was always speaking about Diddy as a problematic person was 50 Cent. And it turns out that it's just been announced that he's created a docu-series on Netflix. I can't wait to see this. The other end of that, every person who has tried to speak out about this, who has tried to speak out about the industry, the type of people that are controlling the industry, the attacks that people face from the media if they try to speak out, is always the same. They're called crazy. And an example of one such individual who went through those sorts of attacks is the actor Orlando Brown. He was on Disney, and I remember everyone telling us that he was totally insane and deranged when he was saying a lot of things that at the time sounded crazy, particularly about Diddy. Take a listen.
The requirement is you gotta say no to Diddy. If it's new booty in the building, you know he's gonna get it.
Don't take your girlfriend to a Diddy party.
You can take the, but he won't you.
Diddy, to me, is the fall guy. We are still seeing a major effort to protect the big names, just like what.
None of this was ever hidden. Everyone in the industry knew. Voices like Jaguar Wright, Gone Deal, and others who've worked closely with Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs have been speaking out for years. The problem? No one listened. As long as record executives kept the money flowing, the victims' struggles barely registered, treated as collateral in a ruthless game driven by power, influence, and profit.
Jaguar has been warning us about Jay-Z. Jay-Z has now had an official lawsuit. It's everywhere. It's now being talked about louder than ever. I guess, does that give you some peace to know that people are finally really questioning this man?
It's emboldening me. I spoke on Piers Morgan. I said that I had 3 victims that I've been working with, victims of the Carters, that were ready to come forward. This might help them feel a little more confident now. So this is great because he's been evading. But the thing is, everyone in the backdrop knew that he was the celebrity John Doe. Everybody knew that. They knew it when I did Piers Morgan.
Is Beyonce celebrity B?
I hope to God not. But she was around. And she's very... she's got enough on her plate. After everything that happened with the election and everything that's happening right now, I'm not going to dump on that woman. She got better fish to fry.
Well,
what I will say is that her husband, she knows exactly who he is.
Yeah.
She knows. She knows. Rihanna was trafficked to Def Jam.
She was an innocent baby when she came over here. And look at her now.
14 going on 15 years old. Flown over without parental supervision in a private plane by a man who was supposed to be a producer who auditioned her at 3 a.m. in the fucking morning in a hotel room. Auditioning at 3 a.m. in the morning, a 14-year-old girl. She was flown to another country. She was taken to Def Jam headquarters. She was left in a conference room alone with Sean Carter for nearly 6 hours alone with no parental supervision. Her father collected a $500,000 check. She has the fastest inked deal in Def Jam history.
Diddy isn't... Sean Diddy Combs isn't going down without a fight. He's plotting a comeback that could shake the game. TMZ reports that White House officials have confirmed talks of a possible pardon, one that could be granted as soon as next week. After weeks of swirling rumors, it now appears Diddy's path to redemption is taking shape, setting the stage for a major power move that could change everything in his favor.